Yeah, mining crypto with your Tesla would also heat your house at the same time, I think.
Yep. Yeah. So Tesla and crypto is like two peas in a pod.
I am waiting for I don't know. I have some I kind of think that the next Tesla update will be something like where you can put in a Twitter handle for some kind of an app, because they usually, they like to switch around things with the stuff. But I feel like you're going to be putting your Tesla handle into the app at some point, and I think that might be a bad idea.
You mean like them integrating that into the U like the dashboard, like as part of like the toy box or whatever?
Correct. I think it might be an app like how Audible is an app where you can get on and it will, like, when you get into your Tesla, you'll be able to like look at the screen and see all the spaces going on and click into spaces. I feel like he's got to do something like that.
I mean, he might. He does ultimately always work on integrating all of the different platforms that he has, right? So, or share technology across each of the companies. But I mean, I guess the one thing I'm super hyped about is the Cybertruck and everything, because that's gonna have like the next gen software in it, and the latest and greatest, and so that's only like 3 months away.
Damn. Okay, I'm back. I was replying to Vega. Um, guys, I'll be honest. Oh, you said you had a gas powered vehicle as well as a backup, and then you have a Peloton just in case you got to run somewhere. Is that what? Or a bike somewhere? It's probably
No,
smart.
I'm selling my gas powered vehicle. I'll just keep one car. But I said I had a bicycle, like a mountain bike, and that I jump on the Peloton like once a week just in case I ever have to ride that bike full time. I just want to be prepared. And I also like try to do a little bit of workout in case I need to fight a zombie one day.
You know that I mean the Tesla has the anti. Well, I know you know this, L. Like they have like the anti bacterial or microbial thing, right? For the air purifier system. So even if there's a zombie apocalypse, you'll probably safer inside your Tesla, and if you have the Cybertruck, you're even more safe in there than anything else. So yeah, for everybody else that's just joining now, it's just me shilling Tesla. Uh, the space is going to be short tonight, anyways, because comp has to go. So I guess if you're hanging around, hoping to
Wait,
hear about Artifact, it's probably not going to happen tonight. It's all about Tesla, the announcement that was dropped today, and the fact that they're taking over the world. So go buy a Tesla. That's the way to go.
oh, you're the perfect candidate, Tabby. They love you. So check this out. Here's my prediction. You ready? There's gonna be some kind of false flag cyber attack by some made up entity that cyber attacks us. They're going to use that to pass legislation to allow the government to have more control of things like the databases at Tesla and all the major tech corporations, just to protect us from foreign enemies that might cyber attack us. And then they're going to have everything they need to shut down your vehicles if you don't post the right things, do the right things, or do whatever that you need them to do.
Yeah,
Cyber attack incoming.
that's not. So listen, that's not going to happen. Uh, number one. Number two, all this. All right, and this is like, okay, you ready for this? All right, listen. All of this crazy about us versus them, government taking doing this and all that stuff, all that goes to hell and goes poof when aliens show up. Because now it's going to be all about humans against aliens. And if you're in the artifact ecosystem and you have an alien clone, then you're good to go, right? So try to get an alien clone, but that's my prediction.
We're not recorded, and we don't have a lone architect in here because I know I'll get him fired up. Like if I start talking like this, he'll come up crazy like, let's go, we're going in. But no, maybe you're right, Tevy. But I will say this though, that the cyber pandemic is coming, man. The cyber pandemic that's what they're gonna call it, the cyber pandemic.
You know what? If Subscribe was here, if this actually hits, and you're right, Subscribe will say, "I told y'all this was gonna happen." I
He's gonna say
I
it.
was right.
He's gonna say that, and I was the one who told him.
Yep. He's like, "Remember when I told you this? Remember when I told you this? The cyber pandemic. I knew it. I told you."
He'd just be coming up saying whatever he can to like, nope, I called that. I did say it. I said they were gonna cyber pandemic us, and then they're gonna take control of the Tesla databases. Uh, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep my diesel truck. It's got electronics in it, but I don't opt in into any of the services. You know what? A lot of these other car vehicles do have in it are those like OnStar kind of services, where you can press the button and get roadside assistance and stuff. All of those are I guess all GPS trackers that maybe you don't pay for the service, but they still use them. That's how they can track fugitives and stuff with a lot of that equipment, and it's in a lot of vehicles still. I don't know if you guys ever had those in your
Yeah,
vehicles.
I mean, all GM vehicles have OnStar. Yeah, I think it's all GM. Yeah, all GM. I don't think Ford has its own version of something similar too, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know too much about Ford, but I know GM for sure. I mean, if you're thinking about like centralized, or if you don't like centralized stuff, I feel like that's like probably like on somebody's laptop in a case somewhere.
Here's a not so conspiracy theory that you've actually talked about on this space. We have that video that we had posted about you talking about. So just like in the last couple of days, the SEC has opened up like lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance, some of the major crypto exchanges, and it's June right now. In July, so in a month from now, they announced that their FedNow payment services start in July. FedNow is their digital currency like payment services that they're rolling out. The timing's a little weird, right? Like let's open some lawsuits on the major crypto exchanges. Let's start crippling them, maybe debank them in some countries. I think Australia, they're getting debanked. Canada, that's already got a bunch of regulations. You can only withdraw so many thousands of dollars per week or whatever it is in Canada. I wish Kira was still here. But it's weird that the timing that they're opening lawsuits on crypto exchanges next month. FedNow, their electronic payment services is launching. It's just
Yeah.
that's an interesting one, and that one's not a conspiracy. It's
No,
literally fucking
that's
happening.
that's actually happening. And the funny thing is, Gensler was just recently on, I think it was either CNBC or one of the major networks, talking about why you don't need cryptocurrency, and because you already have digital currency in the form of the dollar, the euro, and kind of pushing all those. And yeah, I mean, FedNow. The interesting thing, I think, the FedNow platform is on blockchain, right? So it's not that people don't like blockchain or all that. They like the technology, and it is where we're going. They like all the benefits of it. They just want to have more control over it, right? And so, but I think long term, I've said this before, right? Long term, it doesn't really matter if it's CBDC or crypto, Bitcoin, ETH, all that stuff. It really doesn't matter. It's all going to interconnect and interoperate, and it's going to be like your phone networks. Like you don't, when you pick up your phone and you call somebody, you don't know where all the connections are. You just know that you have your phone and you have a service that you're paying for. But yeah,
So so the difference being is Bitcoin and Ethereum is not under the control of the U.S. government. It's not a centralized
100%.
digital currency. Um, that's their goal, though, right? Like they like the technology. They want to use the technology, but on their terms under the CBDs, under central bank digital currency. Like
Exactly.
that's the scary part of it, right? They're trying to deplatform what we already have crypto wise and start to implement their own. They're trying to say, hey, this is bad, those exchanges are bad, like, crypto's bad, but here we have the solution for you. Here's Fed Now payments, or here's a CBDC, and
Yeah,
they're
but
not calling
even
it crypto,
that,
but it's built on the same technology. It's centralized that they control.
yeah, and even that, I think it's more of a rhetoric than anything else, right? It's more about, I guess our favorite term, FUD, right? Like it's more about, instilling a little bit of the FUD out there, not so much because they want to ban it or get rid of it, because frankly you can't, right? Because it's fully decentralized, like you can't shut it down. But if it helps slow down the adoption of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and how widespread it goes and how quickly, then it gives time for everybody else. So like your banks and um, the governments around the world to catch up and implement their technologies. So now they can at least give you the option or convince you that this is what you want to use and it's safer until eventually everything is fully set up and ready to go. And it's it all boils down to being able to benefit from it, right? Like it's all money driven at the end of the day. So if your bank or your government has the same technology, they can offer you an option, and the average person just doesn't want to deal with the headache of it. They will go that route because that's what they know, and it's an easy onboarding. Um, but also, it allows for anybody who's more like, hey, I want to be decentralized, I want to do all these things. They have the option to do that, and it will all work seamlessly. So I don't think it's going to be one or the other. I think again, at the end of the day, it's going to be just one nice
Uh,
intermingled network.
they're going to continue to debank and make it more difficult and difficult for people to get Bitcoin and regular crypto while they continue to push their central currency. Like
I don't.
that's the goal, to completely remove your financial freedom, the ability to transact freely that they can't track, like, and control, and hopefully push people onto their new system.
I mean, the reason,
And I don't see it as a good thing. I don't know. I don't see any good cases for it.
yeah, and I don't know. I mean, you might be right, right? But like the way I look at it is more from the standpoint of like, you look at some of the wealthier people in the world, like all around the world, and you look at some of the biggest financial institutions, and they are all like the Black Rocks of the world. Uh, yeah, they all have Bitcoin. They all utilize the Ethereum network, so they're integrating that technology. So that's when I look at all that. Visa is coming around and doing the same thing, right? So when I look at all that, that's what gives me pause and saying, yeah, I don't think the end goal is to ban it or make it, where people can't use it. I think the end goal is to get up to speed, get caught up, and have a tangible um, solution that allows them to still retain. Look at it. Yeah, maybe the best analogy is it's not that they're trying to get more people to adopt what they're offering. They just want to convert over people that are already using their stuff. Whereas crypto is on the offense, right? Trying to bring more people in, versus they're just trying to maintain what they have. So it's two different approaches, and that's kind of how I think about it. Um, in the same way that if you circle it back to like what we were talking about earlier, like Tesla and the OEMs, Ford is not trying to like gain market share. They're trying to retain what they have because they have history, right? Versus Tesla is trying to gain market share, not EV market share. They're trying to gain automotive share, like the whole pie, and grow their stack. Because EV adoption right now is what, 2-3% of the entire auto market. So if Ford can retain their existing customers, they're winning, right? If Tesla has to grow theirs, and I think it's the analogy is the same for crypto versus CBDC versus digital currencies, whatever you want to call it, right? So I think that's how I think about it. Like, and I could be wrong, right? But that's just how I think about it. It's like,
I think you give, I think you give everybody. I think you're a good dude. I think you give everybody like the benefit of the doubt. Like they mean well and they want it all to flourish together. Um, and that's not a bad way to look at it, right? But the government and I'll actually like a lot of the governments that are pushing for CBDCs, it's it's legitimately no matter what way they push it and how they say it's going to help you. They're at the same time they're saying crypto's bad. They're saying no, but our crypto is good. Like the one that we're going to give you is good. Other crypto is not good. And it ultimately just comes down to control. They want to be able to control um, the flow of money, right? They want to be able to control the people who are skipping out on taxes. They want to collect every dime they can. They want to be able to make sure, if they need to, that they can track where your money's going, what you're spending it on, how you're spending it. Uh, Shut it down if they need to. Like there's for sure going to be backdoor. Like right now, USDT, Tether, they can, if you own Tether in your wallet, they can blacklist your wallet from being able to transfer it to any other wallet. They can just put you on a blacklist. It's literally one command, and your wallet can't remove it. Wallet can't send it, can't transfer. Because every time you transfer Tether, you interact with the contract. So like here, transfer function to the contract. They can stop you from doing that. Tether's already an example of how easy it is to stop people from moving money. And CBDCs would be that on a huge level. So I love the idea of like them um, wanting to do right by crypto and integrate it all together, and it sounds all good. But the main reason is like shit. We don't have control of all these billions of dollars that are moving through crypto. Like we need control in some way, shape, or form. So they're trying. You're right. They're trying to take market share, um, and that comes with trying to control back of the financial system through like a main digital currency.
Yeah, yeah, I don't disagree with the whole control piece, right? Because it's again the main reason why they know they have to evolve, right? It's like anything with technology, you can either evolve with it or get left behind. Um, and the best example, or maybe not the best, but like a good example of that was um, with the whole when Russia was kind of shut down, right? Like where they're like, oh, they froze all their assets, and then what happened? People started sending, help through crypto and truly showing the use case of why decentralized helps and all these different things. There's countless examples of people in Africa and or other places in the world, like third world countries, transacting and utilizing the Bitcoin network to do business for that reason because they're not banked, and it worked and it's instantaneous. So that's what I mean by like the technology itself, like your core cryptos are undeniable. Like, and I'm not saying like the Pipis of the world and the, like not those, but I'm talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about Ethereum. Like the layer twos that are tied to those two main ones. There's probably like another Cardano is probably another big one that again is building like true utility. Those in the end, I think there's gonna be like maybe like 5, 10 that are truly gonna survive and help build like the stack of the future that everything plugs into. But I agree with you that governments are seeing all that and they're trying to figure out how do they maintain some level of control, right? Because you don't want anarchy either. Um, so I don't know. I don't know how it plays out and all it balances out at the end. But the technology blockchain is the right technology for a lot of the issues that we have, and it's everybody is trying to figure out like how do they use it, adopt it, make it work for their own, like for again governments is about how do they utilize it without kind of like shooting themselves in the foot and lose control, right? That's why China doesn't like Bitcoin and all that stuff, because they don't have control over it, but they have their CBDC, the digital yuan, and they love that because it's exactly what Comp said. It allows you to see like the flow of money in so many granular levels, right? And I think I made the comment before that when you think about, you know, inflation and where we are and all that stuff, when the pandemic happened and we got all this money shot out to everybody, there is no real good way to tell who needed it versus who didn't. Um, and had you had everything on an open ledger, it would have been pretty easy to see that, you know, X account has whatever, and you could have done that work, right? But we didn't have that, and that's why everybody got a check, which I'm not mad at. But if you're trying to control or better manage, not control is a bad word. If you're trying to better manage the system and the money supply, and get funding where it needs to go, blockchains, it gives you that. But like everything else that's technology driven, you can use it for good and bad, right? It's really going to be up to the people behind it to make that choice on how they're going to apply it. And so, bottom line, without going too deep, I feel like I already went way deeper than I usually like to go on these type of topics.
No, I like the China example that you use because they're steps ahead of us
Yeah,
with their central currency, with their CCTVs, with their control over the financial system. They are steps ahead of us on the same path. So, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Steps ahead on the same route.
So
Um,
yeah, man, it's fascinating to me.
it's dystopian over there, dude. It's crazy. I've seen videos that they pay with their facial recognition. They pay for stuff. It's tied to their WeChat account, which is already tied to their bank account, which has all their digital, their money's in it. Um, if you break a law and you're caught on camera with Face ID with it, you're paying for your jaywalking ticket. It just gets taken out of your bank right there. Um, everything is run digitally already. Like they're already there.
Yeah, man, it's
Oh, so we love blockchain, but I love blockchain technology, right? But it's for sure can be used in a bad way. Like you said, it's just like the manner that it can be used. It gives us all financial freedom through Bitcoin and Ethereum, what we know, what we're already doing, right? And they see that and they want to apply that transparency and use it for tracking. Like apply the transparency and use it to, you know, I don't know, until somebody comes up with a positive reason for the government to have a central cryptocurrency that they control, um, I will continue using Bitcoin and ETH. You know what I mean? Like inevitably, it's going to be pushed upon us. So that we're already in California, businesses can refuse to take cash. They don't have to take cash anymore. During COVID, like all those restrictions went out where a lot of businesses didn't need cash. You just take debit card or touchless payment systems. Um, that's already happening here. I know that.
I mean, to be honest, like I don't use cash. Like I can't remember the last time that I actually used cash for any transactions. Like it's all by either my bank card. Well, actually, yeah, it's all digital payments. I don't even pull out the card if I'm being honest. Like I just do it
You
through
want,
Apple Pay. So
dude, 2012. 2012, a buddy of mine was writing his thesis for his master's or something, right? And he was my roommate. So we would get to talking about what he was writing and, put a lot of time into it. He was writing about in the future, um, how the healthcare system and insurance companies specifically, like your health insurance company, will be able to go through a database of everything you purchased in your life via either your credit card, like it's tracked on your credit card, or when you're at Walmart or Bonds or Ralph's, you put your phone number in, right? And it's tracking the data of your receipt, everything you bought, right? Is tied to your name, your phone number, and there's a database with pretty much everything, especially with you if you've been using card a long time. There's a database of all your purchases that they use to sell to ad companies. They use it for all kinds of things. But in the future, he already wrote about that. He was writing about this in 2012, and at the time, I thought it was pretty crazy. And now that or in 2023, I'm like, holy shit, this guy was way ahead of himself. Insurance companies down the road are going to be able to deny you specific healthcare based on habits that you had throughout your life. Like you go in for heart, like you have heart issues and you're going in for heart surgery. They say, well, if you look here for the last 20 years, you've been buying this, 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 and this. You told us you were a non-smoker, but according to these receipts over the last 15 years, you bought, cigarettes. Here's your soda. How many sodas you bought over the years? Sorry, we can't allow it. We can't. Your insurance claim is void right now. We can't help you with health insurance because this has been your habits over the years. But everybody's already providing that data, and it's only going to get crazier. The type of things that they can use like your spending habits against you. But this dude wrote a thesis about this in 2012. I was tripping, bro.
That's crazy. But you know what's funny, or maybe not funny? I use the word funny very loosely. You know what's interesting?
So
you're maybe not how long ago, probably not that long ago, right? Like you used to be able to smoke on airplanes, smoke in restaurants and all these different things, right? And now that has gone away. My current place of work, and I'm not going to say where it is, whatever, but again, there used to be smoking areas, and I'm sure it's not just mine. I'm sure other places are very similar. But your place of work would allow you to have on campus and either specific lunch rooms or little patio areas where you could go and smoke, right? Like right outside the building. Well, over the last few years, that has changed to where now we can't even, well, I'm not a smoker, so it doesn't really impact me, but people who smoke now have to, even on the property, they can't. They have to smoke inside their car in the parking lot. If they really want to smoke, they have to go out to their cars. And that kind of jogged my memory because you talked about the insurance company. It's the same thing where they will offer you help to quit smoking, but if you choose not to, obviously you're paying a little bit more for your premium, and it's significant, right? So they're like, yeah, if you want to maintain the same cost or the same lower cost, then here are all the programs that you can follow to help quit smoking. But if you don't want to, essentially they're making it harder and harder for smokers to smoke, which again is not a bad thing. But to your point, Comp, of like, yeah, at some point I can definitely see that happening. And it's with everything that happens, like, and I think the pandemic is a great example, where people, all of us to some extent, relinquished a little bit more freedom and were more okay with accepting certain things when it came down to, your safety, and we all thought the world was ending and all these different things. So you just kind of did what you had to do, and that was that. So yeah, I mean, long term, if Jeff alone was here, he'd be all over this. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, technology is cool, and I'll be the first one to say I love tech. I'm all about tech, but I think it's realizing that, yeah, I mean, and I like to assume positive intent in everything, but that doesn't mean that I'm not looking at all the little breadcrumbs of how south it can go, and I think that's important to remember. But I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the eye scanning thing, whatever that thing was, I was like, hell to the no. And then Apple came up on Monday and said, hey, we'll scan your eyeball to unlock your Vision Pro. I was like, yeah, that's dope. Let's go.
yeah, you're signing up real quick, huh?
I'm like, I mean, if it's Apple, I'll do it. Which funny thing, and I'll stop after that. But like the funniest thing was, and I didn't realize, somebody else had to point this out to me, right? When Meta released their Quest, I think I was actually reading an article on this. When they released their Quest and they were like, yeah, we're making a play for the metaverse, blah blah blah. Everybody and their mom got up and was up in arms about Meta is trying to centralize the metaverse, and there's all this central meta, blah blah blah, and open metaverse was all over the place, right? Like everybody was pushing that. Now, fast forward 2 years later, Apple does virtually the same thing, and we're all super excited about it, right? So I think it comes down to like messaging, how it's presented, and the fact that in their presentation, at no point did they use the term metaverse. They didn't talk about NFTs. Um, they told you why this was better and how it was better, and how this will work with what you already have and make it that much more seamless. So marketing, presentation, and the choice of words is key, and you got to watch for that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I love Apple, so I know that for a fact. And if you give me like a pretty packaging and everything, I'll likely buy it. Um, and it's not until after the fact that I'm like, oh, wait a minute, they pulled a fast one. But, anyways, this was a good discussion. Started with like, I don't.
No, dude, I wonder. I'm interested to see what kind of data a lot of the big insurance companies and these, like, when they have eventually they're going to have people redo their policies, and what kind of data they're going to have access to in the future, and like people who have spent the last 10 years buying vapes, with their credit card. It's like that's all data that's tracked, and in 20 years when they find out that vapes have caused specific lung issues, it's like, well, here's every single one you've bought over the last 20 years, and now you want the insurance claim to help you out with this. Like, you knew there could be issues here.
I'm going to denounce
Just they can do
everything
that with
that.
anything,
Oh,
though, bro.
sorry.
No, they can do it with anything. Like, health insurance is in my mind because it's so weird to think about that they would look at your purchase history and then hold that against you when you're just trying to get some help at the a hospital. But we live in the USA. We're not in Canada. We don't get free health insurance,
Who
bro.
said that
Like,
health
we're in
insurance
the
here is
USA.
free?
No,
That's a
dude.
popular misconception. I live in Alberta. It's not free. I'm going to denounce everything that Tevi said about Apple, because Android users don't deserve a voice. Okay, just spend the $1,400, get the right thing, so we don't have to spend extra money on text messages, and stop fudding my bags. Okay, you've been fudding my bags. I feel like you're fudding me, to be honest, Tevi. I don't know where this energy is coming from, but I like it. But I also don't appreciate it.
I'm laughing so hard right.
Yeah, my bad. I just had somebody try and hit the back of my car, then cut me off, then scream, "You dirty monkey" at me. And then when I got out of my car, he called the cops. So excellent use of fucking police resources there.
I mean, I gotta say, Kuro, though, like, I'm sorry that happened, but if you had a Tesla and it was driving itself, you wouldn't have that problem at all.
No, it wouldn't have let me get out of the car. Then we would have had a bigger problem because he would have hit the back of my car, and I'd be in jail right
No,
now.
it would have swerved out of the way for you, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had
No,
a
not this
Tesla,
guy was going like 90 and a 30, bro. This guy is a psychopath, a certified psycho. And then he called the cops when I got out of my car, and he noticed I wasn't a short king. It was fucking hilarious to me.
think tomorrow when you go for your fourth test drive, you should seal the deal.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna see if I got approved or not. Right? That's kind of like the plan for tomorrow.
I can't wait to see you post which Tesla you bought.
All black, plaid with the black
Mm,
interior. Because we
mm,
don't we
mm.
don't we don't do fancy colors here, man. It probably get my car hit even faster. Yo, like the old people out here are irate and psychos. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. Did you miss me, little buddy? Yes, you did, little buddy. Go do your business, buddy. Sorry.
Let's say what's up to Leviathan subscribe real quick. What's up, Leviathan?
Yo, what's good, homies?
Dude, you're up either early or you're stayed up late, bro. One of the two.
Yeah, now I got the habit from the last 2 3 days, and now it stick with me a bit. But I'm gonna get some sleep on the weekend, I'm on the lookout. I got one item left to complete that collection, so I'm hyped.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hope you get it, dude. One item out of, so it's every single wearable in the artifact collection, like digital wearable.
Yeah, low key.
No, nobody tell them about the original sneakers that dropped. There's only one, the OG.
The cyber ones.
I think they're like the cyber sneakers. Yeah, I think there's only one pair of them though, right? And they're on super
Yeah,
rare.
yeah. I think it's one pair that sold for like 40 or 100 ETH or something like that.
Wait, Leviathan,
So
I gotta ask, did you actually get the Atari ones too?
Nah, but I haven't gotten I think that's Decentraland stuff, right? But I was in a space earlier with Peanut from Decentraland, and I was going through some stuff there too. And some people jumped in like Boo and some other people. I can't remember who it was. Oh, Hodl CEO actually. And that homie had pretty much a full set in Decentraland wearables. It was crazy to see.
No, I think I need to send you like, so if you go on, and none of them are for sale right now. Actually, I don't know. But if you go on OpenSea and you type in, oh, they are for sale. Oh no, they're not. If you go on OpenSea and you type in artifact creators, right? Artifact creators, you will see some of the earlier creations that Artifact had, and I know, and that's the thing. I need to do a little bit more research around these, but anyways, they are actually collapsed. So there's like an Atari sneaker, like and different versions of them. They're not. Nobody has them listed right now for sale, but you can see some of the earlier pre Nike acquisition drops that they had. So I don't know if you have any of those yet, but if you're looking to collect everything, catch them all, that's something maybe you want to look at too.
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about now. Because these are the ones that Loki got the puffy shape, and these are the same ones I think that some people got in Decentraland on that 2021 artifact drop. Like I think it was the same shoe. They just transferred it over. But yeah, I was looking at that collection the other day, to be honest, and I think the supply is like 2 or 3 of each on some pairs, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's like one only has 5. There's like another one of like 3. There's like, yeah, it's pretty low numbers. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah, but yeah, figure out that. Yeah, you're right. Like that stuff was poured over, and I guess more pixelated to Decentraland. But yeah, these are like super OG. I remember I looked and stuff prices like the one of them sold like the last sale was like 30 ETH. So I don't know who owned. Well, I guess you can just go and see who the owners are, but like the wallets at least. But I don't think anybody who has these is even looking to sell. But it's pretty
Yeah,
cool that you're looking to collect the whole everything. That's dedication right there. I like that.
yeah. I actually put a sheet together if anybody wants it. Um, that has like every single collection so far. And it's funny that we're talking about it now because Comp was replying to some guys before on the timeline saying we got too many collections out here and this and that. And to me, that's the most fucking hype thing about Artifact. all those jobs they keep doing, because you compare that to projects like what they've done in the last 18 months, and they've done like a beanie drop or like a fanny pack. Come on now, man.
Nah, I agree, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Through this entire bear market, like, I love that I was able to get into Artifact, because my biggest complaint on with some of the other things I was in was no update. Nothing's happening. I'm like, well, it's okay, fine. I'm not worried about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but you would expect something is happening like on a quarterly basis, maybe like every 5 months or so you would see something, and there's just nothing
Oh, that's
where.
too long, though. That's too
Yeah,
long.
I agree, right? And that's where I think Artifacts, I mean, they took it to the extreme, right? Like, there's one side of the pendulum is like nothing is happening, and then Artifact was like going, like really balls to the wall. Um, which that brought its own things, but I like the fact that there was consistently something going on, right? And if you're following along and you're doing the research and you're putting in the time, it's actually not that super complicated to follow. Now, if you are just jumping in today, then yes, I can see how like it's overwhelming. But I think it was Prez who made it, who broke. I mean, I love that answer. Bro is like, Lex, look, start with a clone, and I guess the comp says the same thing. Start with the clones, and you don't have to go on every single side quest. So it's pretty straightforward. But if you want to go on side quests and that's your jam, man, like it's extensive, and you have, you can go collect to the max, and I love that everything in the ecosystem has a purpose, and like you really don't have to leave to some extent if you don't want to, because there's everything that you're potentially looking for is here in some way, shape, or form. So I like that personally. But no, if we were going for like 8-9 months with nothing happening at all, that would drive me insane.
Yeah, like I'm being driven insane because I don't have dunks yet.
No, that's a steal, then, right now. That's a steal, bro.
No, it could still drop more. If I keep fudding it, I'll own most of the dunks in the collection. Then everything will be right in the world.
How many do you have right now,
Exactly.
Kirill?
Exactly.
I have
And I mean,
3.
You have how many?
I have 3. I need more. I just want to pay
there's still
0.08. That's what I want to pay.
there's still the vials, though, that everybody keeps forgetting, because to me, Artifact hasn't gone back on their word still,
That's not about the
and
vials. I'm still trying to.
Never fade Artifact. That's the moral of that story.
Yeah, can we
exactly.
FUD the vials until I get all the ones I want?
I like the way that L thinks. You see, we're spirit animals, and we're gonna get what we want. You guys can't stop us. I like the way she's thinking, because if we can pick them up at 3.5 ETH, instead of spending fucking 270 ETH for a single clone, I can own many clones, many more clones.
All right, but the problem that I have
I
though,
finally understood what Anya was saying yesterday. You missed yesterday, Tevi. I'm disappointed.
was I? No, I was here for a little bit. Oh, I came in late. That's right.
Bro,
What I miss?
no one showed me Tesla yesterday. That's why
That's how you know I
I
wasn't
only did the
here.
finance. I should have kept on fucking going with the test drives until I could afford a Lucid, but you weren't here.
So going back to the vials though, like here's
Exactly.
my question. Like, who is still around that we can FUD that would actually give into the FUD and sell vials for cheap? Like, I feel like those people are not here anymore. Like,
No, we got to go on Instagram and get at Lugus. And I think Silly Tuna has a bunch too. We definitely got to FUD Clegg, because I know that some of the assets from the Artifact DAO wallet was distributed between the 3 of them. So we need to FUD them. Okay.
man, I tried reaching out to
Like,
Clyde. He
don't
never
take it too
responded.
far, because I need them to show up every day, because they're pumping the fuck out of my bags right now, and I need that to continue. That's mandatory.
I mean,
Real life
vials were
bags.
super low, like 2 months ago or so, I think.
Yeah,
Like
they
there were
were.
some for 0.03, bro.
Wait, vials that clones come out
No,
of?
like yeah,
Nah, nah. About the dunks, like Evo X,
Oh,
like
man, I have a lot of those, but I don't have. I have a lot of human ones, man. They wouldn't sell for what I wanted, so I couldn't sell them.
I'm
I needed
very
an
few listed
each.
ATM. I think like there's 20 listed before like a point 0.2 floor, and if you got faith, you'll still remember that video on YouTube showcasing the evolutions. So I'm still bullish as fuck on that, to be honest.
Yeah,
No, that's gonna be absolutely amazing. Oh, sorry, Tevi.
no, go ahead, girl.
No, you go ahead, bro.
No, man, you
You're gonna have something sensible to say. I'm gonna say some
nah,
bullshit.
you go first. That'll make me sound even better after.
No. We're trying to have the opposite effect so we can get our stuff in cheaper.
Y'all better hurry up, man, because I'm about to pull up to this event and I'm gonna rug it.
I'm surprised
So whoever
Subscribe
goes
has not said
second
a
is
thing.
getting
I was
rugged.
waiting for Subscribe to come on and like just like jump in and wreck it all. And I've been looking at his
Well, I'm gonna let
PFP. He
Subscribe up
hasn't
here,
done
but
anything. Man, come on, say hi, Subscribe.
he's coming back up. We're like 1 minute away from parking, so um, we're gonna play hot potato. Whoever's just you guys go ahead. Whoever's talking, and let's see who gets rugged.
No, you
Did they
did that
make
earlier, so I
LA?
am not gonna be the one you rug again. Like you did that earlier.
What happened, Kiro?
No, Subscribe. How's it going?
What's up? I am relaxed. I just got like some massage and a cupping. So, amazing.
What's a cupping?
I got a pedicure for the first time. I'm not into that shit, but I guess the family was doing it. if you're a guy, you need to try at least once.
Nah, pedicures are cool, man. Like that's both manicure and pedicure. Like if you sit down and you go through that, it's super relaxing. And like the massage your legs and stuff, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's dope.
The cupping is different.
Yeah, what is cupping?
Yeah, it's basically they put a cup on your back and it would like make those red marks. It would bring the
It's
blood
because of the
to the
suction, because the
skin.
outside of the glass is
Yes,
warm,
yes.
and then the air inside is like cool. Or they sometimes light something up into the glass and it sucks out, and then they immediately put it on your back. It depends on what type they're doing.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it rushes the blood to that area, and so that your body will heal. When it has more blood in that area. So that's the point of it. Like if you have an injury, that you do cupping, and it just forces all the blood into that area to heal faster.
Does it actually work, Al?
I
Absolutely, it
know
works.
athletes do it. Sometimes your body, like the muscles, be too tight, and when you bring the blood to the skin part of your system, it would increase like the blood flow where it needs it, and you would heal faster.
I did not know that. That's actually pretty wild.
Can I ask a question
They said
before
something about like
Comp?
toxins as well. But
What's up, Al?
I don't know if you guys saw the G tag announcement. I put it in the chat, but we were complaining about Yuga using the word forge, even though I think we only have a copyright on the word forged. But they're using the word rear, and I think that let's go back to let them use forge.
Wait, what are they? G tags using rear?
Yeah, they said you'll soon be able to rear your G tag.
Instead of
Yeah,
forge.
let's go. Yeah, we should let them use
Yeah, we
forging.
should definitely use
Forge,
forge.
forging, forged. It don't matter.
Rear is not a
Hard to
good look,
trademark it.
man. That does not sound good.
it makes
I
sense
don't
though.
want
You got
to. I don't put too
the
much.
keys to the rear.
You should put Prez's thread that he posted about all of that in the artifact versus the Yuga comparisons is a pretty awesome thread. We should all copy that and get it around.
Where is that? Is it up?
No, I think
Yeah,
they're
share it in
good.
the group.
I'm gonna go to press it.
People been seeing them copying other projects. I think they're good. We don't need to explain it. Let's just keep doing our thing.
No, it's actually more about how they might be working together. It's like how they're kind of teasing the same exact thing from different angles.
Let's not say that until it actually happens.
I mean, this is why conspiracies are fun. I mean, and how else describe are you going to be able to say, "See, guys, I told you this was going to happen. I told you. Remember when I told you that? If you don't theorize, you can't make that call later." So
That one I don't call. So you guys can call it. That one I don't call.
and I wish this was recorded, but I have witnesses here. I have T is here. I see him. Bab is here. L is here. Shake is here. Shadow. Oh, we have Ali, Rupsy. Everybody's here. So I have some pretty legit witnesses, right? If you come out a few months from now and Yuga and an artifact partner and you jump onto space and you're like, I told y'all, remember when I said this? I'm going to call you out in a very polite way, of course, but I will call you out big time, just so you know.
I mean, we hope.
I'll say Tevi called it. Yo, I had a IRL experience of how to raise the floor. And bro, like how to raise the floor, you put value, bro. It's crazy and it's so fucking simple. It's so simple, man.
How do you pour value in, though?
All right,
So
guys, I gotta go.
one of
Oh, bye, comp.
Sorry, we're trying to find parking, and I gotta. Everything's permit required. We'll run a space a little bit later, maybe when I'm driving back down, or tomorrow. So thank you all
Can
for
you
coming
end
through
the
for a quick one. What's up, Bill?
Fud Elon, he'll end the space for you.
All right, this is an Elon FUD space. Oh shit, I'm breaking up.